Welcome back everybody to Just the Tip Tuesday. Today we're going back to the forest for some more tips and tricks, and instead of looking at an assortment, we're going to be focusing on some layouts for the small raft and houseboats. Now I have left the large raft out of this because in single player the large raft doesn't make sense. It requires two people to maneuver, so I don't recommend using it when you are playing just on your own. Okay, let's start with the small raft. Depending on what you need, there are several different configurations and arrangements you can use. Now, I have put two different configurations here. One that is focused on the log holders and one that's focused on sticks and rocks. You can, of course, adjust around this depending on your needs, but be careful because it is going to be a little crowded at times on this, and the small raft is the one that is most likely to be knocked over. It's very easy to flip the small raft over, as well as when you walk up to it to possibly put some sticks in or such, you may accidentally trigger this symbol, which when you press E can push the raft out. It can also accidentally cause you to grab hold of the paddle, and as you can see, it really bounces around a lot. It's not the most stable thing, so I don't recommend loading down the small raft with too much. So be careful on your configurations. You can of course put various things on there. You can always put animal cages, water collectors, anything like that. But for most part, I recommend the small raft being mainly built for transporting logs or large quantities of sticks and rocks, whatever you are needing to build. Moving on, we're going to take a look at the houseboat. Now, the one thing I don't like about the houseboat is the way they have the paddle set. I feel like the paddle should be turned where you are paddling from this direction as opposed to into this direction, because when you start paddling out, you're going to be facing away from where you are actually going to land with your little docking ramp here. Now you can see here inside I have a good bit of storage. I have 4 stick holders that are the large size stick holders, and they do overlap a little bit, but not so bad that, you know, I feel like it's cheating. I do have 2 rock holders, the large size ones there, which gives me plenty of rock and stick storage. I have a rabbit cage here as well, so I can put up to 4 rabbits here if I go out harvesting some trees, harvesting sticks, and I catch a rabbit or 2 in a trap. I can put them there to carry back with me to my base, at which point then I will have some rabbits for breeding. Now it is important to note you can access at least some of the stuff inside from outside the raft itself, along the edges, and of course from the front or back, depending on how you place your docking and everything. So here I have a large number of log holders, the extra tall ones. I haven't built them yet because I wanted you to see how they are lining up. Now this is my personal preference because I like the fact that yes, it's right there, they line up just next to each other. I feel more comfortable with that than trying to do it where they completely overlap in between each other. I feel like that's cheating, but in this case, you know, this is acceptable to me. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 log holders right there. That's 96 logs, and these are all accessible while inside, so you can actually be able to reach up and place your logs while you are inside, or while you're walking around the front or back of it if you build a dock that maybe comes up to the side or so forth as that. So of course you can also build more of these holders in the front section. You can build them the same way like this, or you can build them rotated like this to the side. It really depends on how you want to be able to access them. So this configuration is more of a mobile house and big, you know, cargo capacity type houseboat. It comes with 3 rock holders and 2 stick holders in the front, along with a full row of log holders in the back. Inside, you can add whatever else you want here. If you want to add some arrow hold baskets, bone baskets, whatever, you can there. Maybe a couple of rabbit cages can go right there, so you can have plenty of rabbits. If you are trying to start a brand new base somewhere, then you might want to carry a bunch of rabbits with you so you can start a new rabbit farm. I've got a bed in here, which means while I'm out harvesting all these supplies, I can save and sleep without having to build a shelter. I have a drying rack, which I have also conveniently placed underneath 2 water collectors. Now I have some logs above me, and as you can see, I'm standing here and able to collect logs from the holders above my head without having to walk around back, as I said you can. Assuming that you're able to maneuver well enough with your houseboat, these designs work great. The raft designs will work well too. However, the raft is more likely to flip over on a regular basis, and you're going to have to sit there and go and flip it back by swimming underwater and grabbing the paddle. I really think if you're going to do a large amount of storage, you want to go with the houseboats and go in a configuration like this, depending on if you want to be able to carry food with you or not. But Mr. Spicy, you might be saying, what if I don't want to carry just that? What if I want to carry as much as possible? What if I don't want to follow the rules? Well, for that, we have a couple of other builds ready to go that break all the rules, or more importantly, the laws of physics. We're going to start off here with the small raft design. This is a variation on the log holder design from over there, but what I've done is I've actually double stacked the log holders side by side while building, so that I can actually have 2 log holders on each side. Now, I don't like doing this because of the way they overlap. To me, it feels like cheating in this case because of how overlapped they are. Plus, in this scenario, you want to be careful about how you exit, because you may accidentally highlight and grab a log out of one of the holders when you try to let go of the paddle. Alright, returning to the houseboat, I have a design that covers pretty much everything, massive storage, and the ability to sleep. You're not going to be carrying food with this necessarily. You're going to rely on what you can catch and cook there, maybe set up a small temporary drying rack somewhere since they're so cheap. But this is going to work great for gathering a lot of supplies and giving you plenty of storage capacity for those supplies. So starting off, we've got, of course, the bed. I put it outside. It doesn't matter where it is. In this case, it's just a matter of sleeping and saving. Inside, I have overlapped my rock holders, so I have 4 rock holders squeezed in here. Now, you could probably squeeze them in more compact. However, even like this, it sometimes can be a little tricky to get the right one selected. I have done the same thing here. I have 4 stick holders, and while it may not look like it, there actually is 4, and it is a case of, again, if you get these too compact, too squished together, it's going to be very tough to make sure you select the right ones. Up on the roof right now, you can see I have this massive jumble of log holders. This one row of log holders on top of the houseboat has 17 in it. Because they are full log holders, the tall ones, they hold 12 logs. That comes out to a 204 logs total just in that row. Now, I have left open space here because I want to show you how I have made these overlap, so you know how to make the same quantity on your own houseboat if you want to do it this way. Though, once again, this is a, breaking the law of physics kind of thing. But as you see, what I'm doing is I'm taking a log holder, I'm placing the first one down, and then starting the second one in the middle of that one. And then the third one is going to take place at the edge of the first one. Now the fourth one will take place at the edge of the second one, and so on until we run out of room. Okay, so now we have all 6 extra log holders built and ready to go. That puts us at total 23 log holders right now, for a total of 284 logs, I believe it is. And of course, we can add a couple more here to put it even higher, getting us over 300 logs total just on the roof of one houseboat, and still having room for 4 stick holders down there, 4 rock holders here. And really, with this, I could also squeeze in a couple of drying racks here and water collectors and still have, room to maneuver around, or even add in, rabbit cages or something. So this gives me the saving ability along with a massive amount of storage ability to go and grab supplies and then carry them across to a new place to build. The only thing I don't like about this is, again, that it does break the law of physics, and that, it won't work legitimately. And it also is very difficult to aim and get some of the log holders selected right, so I don't like using this design. Now, my personal preferences aside, this gives you a massive amount of storage in a very small amount of space, and you can of course apply the same tricks to the large raft if you're playing on a multiplayer or co-op game scenario. But when it comes to a single player game setup, I recommend using one of these configurations depending on how much you're going to need to do. If you don't need much, go with the small raft designs, because you can do a short trip, come back, do what you gotta do, drop it off. If you want to go someplace remote, grab a lot of trees, chop them down, grab a lot of sticks, a lot of rocks, then go with one of the large, houseboat designs and deck it out in the way I have shown you here. Just, whatever's going to make sense to you configuration wise, whether you need to carry food and water and a bed with you, or you just need storage for as much as you can grab. And take advantage of the way this works and go out and gather up as many supplies as you can in one quick trip. Alright, well that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. Also make sure you hit subscribe and tick the notification bell. Keep up with all my content during the week. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter to say hi or keep up with my content. Leave a comment below. Let me know if what I've shown you for the small raft and the houseboat has helped you in any way, if that has made it better for you as far as being able to transport stuff across a good distance over water if you are trying to build a base on a remote island, or you just want to be able to go and harvest from one place and then carry the supplies somewhere else where you don't have access to as many trees or sticks or rocks and so forth. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am your host, Mr. Spicy, and I will see you guys in the next video.